Abhigya Anand predicts a financial breakthrough. After March 15th, sudden financial breakthroughs never start quietly. They appear as a signal that most people notice too late. Abhigya Anand, an Indian analyst of astrological cycles known for his accurate predictions of global events, warns of such a moment. After March 15th, he sees the beginning of a strong financial breakthrough. In this analysis, I will show who this opens up opportunities for. If you think strategically, subscribe to the channel. Let's start with the main signal. Virgo. After March 15th, a different financial rhythm begins for people of this sign. It is not loud, it is not ostentatious, but it is strictly practical. Just like the Virgo mind works. Abhigya Anand drew attention in his calculations to a rare combination of Mercury and Jupiter transits. These aspects open up narrow but very specific financial opportunities. Not for everyone, only for those who can see structure where others see chaos. Virgos are precisely such people. In mid-March, the field of agreements begins to change. People who previously delayed decisions suddenly agree. Contracts that have been hanging for weeks or months begin to move, slowly, but without setbacks. Anand emphasizes one detail. This breakthrough does not come through luck, it comes through precision. Virgos have been calculating for a long time. They have been analyzing for a long time. They saw the risks before others did. That is why after March 15th, they find themselves one step ahead. In the financial field, the accumulation effect begins to work. Old contacts return. Former clients remind you of themselves. A second chance appears for projects that previously seemed closed. One meeting, short, without unnecessary words, and from it begins a new flow of money. Anand speaks directly. A period of precise financial decisions opens up for Virgos, without chaos, without risky bets. Every step is justified. Analytics, consulting, digital services, and any work where accuracy of calculations is important will be particularly strong. One offer, very specific. It may appear suddenly, through a person whom Virgo has known for a long time but has not considered as a partner. Money begins to move quietly, without loud statements, without demonstration, but the numbers in the accounts will start to change. Anand notes another point. After March 18th, Virgos should act faster than they are used to. Don't delay your response. Don't analyze too long. The opportunity will come in a short time frame. The decision is made once, and it is this decision that will change the financial trajectory of the coming years, without fanfare, but very noticeably. Taurus. After March 15th, the financial space for Taurus changes dramatically, without warning, without long preparations. Abhigya Anand directly points to the turning point in his calculations. The planetary configuration of Jupiter and Venus creates a strong material impulse. For Earth signs, it manifests itself through money. For Taurus, through big money. But this period is not about easy profits, Anand emphasizes. Opportunities arise where steadfastness is required. Taurus works slowly by nature, steadily. He does not like sudden changes. And this is precisely what becomes his main advantage after March 15th. The market begins to waver. Many people are nervous. They make hasty decisions. They leave projects ahead of time. Taurus does otherwise. They wait and take what others have left behind. In the financial sphere, the old assets become active. Land, real estate, long-term investments, things that don't bring quick money but form a foundation. This is where Anand sees a breakthrough. One deal may seem insignificant, a small purchase, a small investment, but it sets off a chain of events. In a few weeks, its real value becomes apparent. The key point for Taurus is to pay attention to old opportunities, not new ones, old ones, an offer that was already on the table, a contact who has been silent for a long time, a person with whom negotiations stopped a few months ago. That's where the money lies. As an expert, I will add an important detail. Taurus should pay attention to information that comes after March 16th to 17th. Short messages, unexpected calls, chance encounters. This is no coincidence. At such moments, a new financial configuration is formed. Another signal is a change of roles in the work environment. People who previously made decisions may step aside. Space appears for those who have long been in the shadows. Taurus enters precisely such a position. It is important to act without emotion, without excitement, only cold calculation. Anand speaks harshly. This period rewards patience, but it punishes greed. One right step, one accurate deal, and Taurus's financial situation begins to change faster than he himself expected. Aquarius. After March 15th, Aquarius enters a phase where money does not follow a pattern, but rather the speed of thought. Abhigya Anand points to this. The breakthrough for this sign is not related to a difficult routine. It is related to a decision that has long been maturing, but has been postponed. After this date, it will no longer be possible to delay. Aquarius will experience a financial acceleration. It will be tough, practical, without romance. Everything that was based on ideas must be converted into numbers, into contracts, into payments, into profits. This is where many will make a mistake. Aquarius is used to seeing things more broadly, further and more coldly. This is its strength. But in the second half of March, this strength will only work if it stops keeping everything in its head. Anand points directly to the problem of the sign. Too many concepts, not enough direct monetization. After March 15th, this mistake becomes costly, and that is why Aquarians who are ready to cut the excess come to the fore, to remove weak areas, to shut down empty talk, to leave only what gives results. Money comes through a new format of work, through technology, through information, through an environment where a non-standard approach is valued. But the main emphasis is not on originality. The main emphasis is on how quickly the idea will be put into action. One proposal, one launch, one review of the old model of earning money. This is enough for the financial flow to change dramatically. The key point to pay attention to is people from the business community who suddenly start talking substantively, without watering it down, without fancy words. If someone after March 15th comes out with a specific figure, deadline, a scope of work, or percentage, it should be taken seriously. It is in this dry presentation that a real chance lies. The second point of attention is old ideas that were once ahead of their time. Now they can work, but only after reworking, without sentimentality, without reference to their original form. You need to take the essence and sharply adapt it to current demand. The third point is the circle of expenses. During this period, Aquarius should see not only profits but also leaks, unnecessary services, unnecessary subscriptions, unnecessary agreements. Small financial leaks eat away more than they seem. My expert opinion here is harsh. After March 15th, Aquarians cannot spread themselves too thin. They cannot pursue 5 directions at once. They cannot drag along people who do not produce results. This sign will have a chance to take more than it planned, but only through concentration. Another important signal is a change in tone during negotiations. If the conversation becomes shorter, more specific, and firmer, this is a good sign. It means that the money has already started flowing. It means that it is time to talk not about potential, but about the amount. During this period, Aquarius will not win with charisma. They will win with precision. And if they accept this, after March 15th, it will not just be a movement forward. A phase will begin where their decisions finally start to cost a lot. Sagittarius. In the second half of March, Sagittarius stops waiting. The situation changes quickly. Abhigya Anand shows a turning point after March 15th in his astrological calculations. A financial corridor opens up for this sign through expansion, through movement, through new territories, not necessarily geographical. Sometimes these are new markets, new audiences, new formats of work. Sagittarius always moves forward. But for a long time, the energy of the sign was spent on searching. Many ideas, many plans, many directions. After March 15th, the space narrows sharply to one key route. That is where the money begins. Anand emphasizes, it is important for Sagittarius not to miss the moment when opportunity comes in the form of a proposal to act faster than usual. Sometimes it is a short contract. Sometimes it is a joint project. Sometimes it is participation in a new venture that does not yet look big. But that is where the financial breakthrough lies. During this period, the principle of scale applies. Sagittarius gets more when they are not afraid to increase the volume. More customers, more sales, a larger audience, more responsibility. The key point is not to stay within the old framework. After March 15th, the energy of Jupiter's expansion begins to work for Sagittarius. This means that any action related to growth will receive support, but any attempt to stay in the zone of familiar stability begins to slow down the financial flow. Therefore, the first signal to pay attention to is new contacts, people. Sagittarius did not know before. New business acquaintances, new partnerships. They may appear unexpectedly, through recommendations, through work events, through online platforms. That is where strong opportunities are often hidden. The second important signal is offers related to training, consulting, publicity, or knowledge transfer. Sagittarius has a natural ability to explain complex things simply. In the second half of March, this quality may begin to bring in direct money. The third point of attention is the speed of decision-making. Sagittarius sometimes takes too long to assess a situation, but this time, the window of opportunity will be short. If an offer looks promising and is backed up by numbers, don't delay. As an expert, I see one strategic risk for Sagittarius: distraction. This sign likes to keep many irons in the fire at once, but financial breakthroughs come when energy is focused in one direction. You need to choose your main route and intensify it sharply. One more detail. After March 18th to 20th, Sagittarians may notice a change in people's attitudes toward their ideas. What was previously perceived as an experiment begins to look like a serious project. Requests appear, interest appears, offers appear. This is a sign that the financial cycle has already started. Sagittarius will have a chance to expand their scope, and if they don't slow down, money will start to flow along with this growth.